have arrived at the final weekend of the regular season, and it is home sweet home for the Trinity Tigers. They will be home this weekend, and they will be home next weekend for the postseason tournament that is the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference Championships. And I'm pumped to be here. First time we're going to try a three-man broadcast. I'm Brian Yanselson, joined by Reed Rosales and Caleb Reed. Really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a fantastic game. Trinity coming into this one after winning their last one against Austin. Swept the weekend. Should be a fantastic final two games here at home to end out the year.
It'll be a familiar starting lineup for the Trinity Tigers, wearing white tonight. Josie Napoli, Maggie Robbins, Addie Putnam, Claire Hale, and Ashlyn Milton. Meanwhile, for the visiting Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs, Lauren Sansano, Sydney Shaw, Taylor Skirka, Kaylee Mulkey, and Kaylee Lacey. It'll be Lacey, it'll be Milton. And we are just about ready to get underway. Live from Calgard Gym, the Bulldogs collect the first tip, and they'll have the first possession of the ballgame. Claire Hale guarding Sansano, who was the hero of the day for the Bulldogs. A pass over, and the three made by Kaylee Lacey. A quick start for the senior from Pflugerville, Texas, to get the Bulldogs up three as Robbins, trapped in the backcourt, gets it to Napoli. And the Tigers find Claire Hale underneath for two.
And as we get this quick start going, very important for the Bulldogs, Trinity can score a lot of points very fast. The Bulldogs need to find touchdown passes like this one right here.
They connect on that long pass. It is Lacey again, a quick five for the senior. A Bulldogs team that has to be feeling confident coming into today as they force a Trinity turnover. These are two teams that have their spots locked up in the SCAC tournament. TLU 13-9, Trinity 22-1. And we will be seeing both of them next week. But TLU coming off a monumental win against Colorado College in Seguin. Colorado College coming off their biggest win over #1 Trinity. They let their guard down a little bit, and the Bulldogs were ready to pounce. Claire Hale pounces on this pass. Milton has a 2-on-1. Putnam takes care of it and puts it down for two.
Amazing no look there by Milton, just able to kind of distract the defender. That was Robbins with the takeaway. She's done a lot of those this year. Leads the team in steals.
Leads the team in steals and leads almost the entire nation in steals, so look out for her active hands as the Bulldogs try to get it across the half-court line here. Sansano does. Gets it over to Sydney Shaw, and now the Bulldogs slow down a bit before Sansano has an opening down low. Can she get it up? She does, and she gets it in. That is 3 for 3 shooting for the Bulldogs, and now they set up this half-court press that has given Trinity issues in the first couple of minutes. TLU up 7-4 with 2 minutes gone by as Milton receives the swing pass, puts it up, little off to the left for her, but Robbins collects the board, and the foul will be called on TLU.
And this Bulldogs team seems much more confident than they did last time. They seem to be handling the Tigers with great care in this game.
Little delay here as Robbins gets set to bring it in from the baseline. Gets it to Hale. She'll try it from deep. Little short for her, but another offensive board for the moment. Now it'll go to TLU. Putnam was there. And she lost it, and the Bulldogs will take over up 3 with exactly 2 minutes gone.
And a Bulldogs team that is very good defensively, one of the best in the SCAC.
Pass tipped. Lacey able to get a hold of it. Dealing with Napoli all over. Sansano nearly walks. The student section wanted it. But the possession continues for the black and gold. Here is Mulkey looking for help. She wraps around Robbins. The pass down low and keep it going for TLU. They don't get back defensively, though, and Claire Hale takes full advantage. She'll take a trip to the line for 2 free throws.
Foul number 15, Taylor Skirka first, team foul number
You talked about it, Reed. This is a TLU team that is very solid defensively, leading the SCAC in points per game allowed. They hold opponents to a conference best shooting percentage. And so this is very different for them. They're typically wanting to slow a game down, use their power to out-physical their opponent. But right now they are running right down the court, and they continue to be perfect from the field. Claire Hale knocks down a pair of free throws, and the lead is down to 3 for Texas Lutherans. Milton gets that pass from Sansino, and that's exactly what Trinity wants to do. Napoli spots up from 3. Off the back iron, and the rebound goes to TLU, but there's Robbins to collect the giveaway. Can't get the layup to go. Fight for the board goes to Milton. She steps through with it, and we'll slow it down for Trinity. Claire Hale trying to post up. The swing instead to Napoli, open from distance. Again off on the 3. That is 0 for 4 from distance for the Trinity Tigers.
Even though that sequence didn't result in any points, that is really what Trinity has done very well, taking advantage of sloppy passes, taking advantage of not quite a good grip on the ball, and just stealing the ball away from the opponent, as we're going to get a whistle down low.
Wholesale changes on the way for Texas Lutheran. Coach Troy Patterson going to a completely new 5 as the Tigers keep their starting unit out there. 6:41 to go in the first quarter. TLU up 9-6 thanks to a perfect 4 for 4 start from the field. Inbounds pass goes to number 20, Angelina Sotelo. Trying to turn the corner on Putnam. She's right in front of her, though, and now a double team. Able to get out of it, and an open Bulldog in the paint. That is Daviana Jones, the freshman from San Antonio, a homecoming for her, and an errant pass by Robbins sends the ball right back to TLU. An energetic start for the Bulldogs, playing just 30 minutes away from home, riding that momentum of a big win against Colorado College and trying to take down number 4 in Calgar Gym. Robbins tries to slap that one away. It'll stay with TLU. Sotelo gets it into Morado, who has the ball currently, utilizes a screen, now trapped. Right back to her. With the shot clock halfway down, it'll be a post-up on Hale. Patience pays off for Brianna Wilson. And you should be able to hear the cheers inside Calgar Gym. Many Bulldog fans in attendance, being so close to their campus and having a lot of San Antonio natives on their team. And it is going to be 13-6, can be 14-6 if Wilson hits this free throw. She does not. Putnam gathers it. Foul going to be called as Putnam tried to make her way towards Robbins.
And you said it, Brian. They're very close to San Antonio, only up I-10 in Seguin. This makes this a classic SCAC rivalry, TLU versus Trinity. They always play each other a little bit tougher than everyone else in the conference.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, Reed, because I was thinking all day about how you coined St. Thomas and Trinity as the battle for I-10. But don't forget, but to get to Houston from San Antonio, you have to go through Seguin. And here we are along I-10 at Trinity's campus. Putnam's 3 rattles out, and the rebound goes to Juliana Tapia, who faces immediate pressure in the backcourt. Stripped away and taken by Milton, ends up with Napoli. And Robbins will back it out now. An open Putnam from 3. Strong for her. Rebound goes to Sotelo. And the 3 ball not going down for the maroon and white tonight. Crowd wanted to travel. Instead, Morado gets it down low to Wilson, and a foul going to be called on Milton.
Foul number 30, Ashley Milton. Her first.
Trinity 0 for their last 7, a scoring drought of over 2 minutes, and TLU still has not missed a bucket. They're up 13-6 as we approach the first media timeout. Just over 5 minutes to go here in San Antonio, the first quarter. Strong drive to the lane, and it nearly went. Putnam gets the defensive board, and you can see it'll be a chippy one. These are two physical teams, especially when they play one another. Can Napoli drain the three? Yes, she can. Josie Napoli gets the first three to go for Trinity, and the lead down to 4 for TLU.
Josie's been incredible with those. Second on the team in points so far this year. She's just been incredible for any player, much less a transfer.
Battle down low, won by Tapia. She'll get the Bulldogs another opportunity. Nice up and under fake, but it'll go way over the bucket there for Sotelo, and the chance of air ball raining down. Putnam will give it a go from 3, but it will not count even if it went in. An offensive foul going to be called on Napoli. She is in disbelief. And with 4:10 to go, it is 13-9 TLU over Trinity as the first media timeout is called. A fast-paced start here so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these are two teams that, they are near the top of the SCAC for a reason. They are two incredibly powerful teams. It's looking like it's going to be a defensive start. However, we thought that about Dallas and Austin, and look how those games turned out. So anything can happen here. There's still a whole lot of basketball left to play.
Yeah, and TLU being so good defensively. Last weekend, the Tigers won by very big margins against Dallas and Austin. Don't expect that here. TLU is going to be playing Trinity very tough.
Yeah, we got to sit down with head coach Cameron Hill, leader of these Together Tigers, and he said what he was most impressed by this past weekend rolling through Austin and Dallas was that there was not an ounce of bad body language, not an ounce of a lack of confidence coming off of that loss to Colorado College. It's a team that didn't let that loss stick with them very long. As Coach Hill likes to say, no rearview mirror in our car. And they're moving forward, just one loss on the entire season and trying to get past TLU, get past Southwestern to wrap up a #1 seed that is in their destiny. If the Tigers win today and tomorrow, the #1 seed in the postseason tournament is theirs. But TLU showing that they are not going to lay down for the Tigers. They get it across half court. And Kayla Presley looking to engineer some offense now gets it over to Tapia. And they've gone down low. The Tigers trying to double, and it's not enough to prevent the shot from going up, but they do miss it there as Wilson couldn't complete the deal. After a 6-for-6 start, that's 5 misses in a row for Texas Lutheran as they come back down to earth a little bit, and Napoli draws the foul on the other end. Here come a couple substitutions for Trinity. Milton and Putnam will sit down in favor of Annika Sines and Emily Nelson. You also have Maggie Shipley checking in there, joining the starters of Napoli and Robbins. Robbins finds Sines in the corner, now out to Napoli. Shipley so good to her left, has it taken out of her hands. It's with Nelson. Shot clock down below 10. Napoli swings it to Sines from 3. Off for her, but the board goes to Shipley, and Napoli will try to give the Tigers another shot. Shipley loses her dribble. Now Napoli right back to the paint. She goes, puts the shot up. No, says the official, a travel. You can see the Bulldogs calling for it, and they get it.
And the Bulldogs will see if they can get the offense going again here. Scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes. They're over their last 4.
There's a travel themselves. Everyone in the gym called it out. Some of them not that hard to see when you're paying attention. So both teams now struggling a little bit offensively after that rapid start. 3:07 to go. TLU still on top by 4. As we continue to get a really nice crowd inside Calgar Gym on this Friday night. The Tiger cheerleaders on hand, as well as many other special guests to see Maggie Robbins head to the line after that drive. Here come the starters coming back in for Texas Lutheran, so Coach Patterson going with the hockey style changes thus far. That is one thing you will notice if you look through the box scores for Texas Lutheran. Not afraid to use their depth. As Maggie Robbins gets set to shoot her first free throw, had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals against Austin College. And anytime you're reading off her line, you have to go across because she does a little bit of everything.
Maggie is just, it feels like there's nothing that she can't do. She can do everything. Leads the team in assists, steals, and also isn't afraid to score some points for herself. So it is just incredible to watch her play.
She split her trip to the line. Sansano back in the game using a screen by Skirka. Sansano goes around it. Now it'll be Skirka taking the shot herself. Top of the key, no good. Robbins the outlet to Shipley, over to Napoli. As the Tigers try to go quickly. Now Robbins driving hard, spins around, finds Signs in the corner. Drilled for 3. Annika Signs off the bench, showing her threat from distance. Two minutes remaining in the first quarter, and the Tigers have tied it up at 13. Step back 3, short. She knew it, tried to get her own miss, but couldn't. That was Kaylee Mulkey who saw that shot go way off. And it'll allow Coach Hill to put in Sky O'Rourke, Elaine King, in favor of Napoli and Robbins.
And if you're TLU here, you got to be careful. You can't let the Tigers start to run away here. They're on a 7-0 run right now.
It's what so often tends to happen. In the blink of an eye, these Tigers all over you. And what looked to be a red-hot start for the black and gold, now all tied up. With the Tigers looking to take the lead here. Will it be Nelson? Not quite, as it bounces out of the bucket. Sansano chases it down. Always dangerous to stay in the backcourt for long. The Bulldogs do get it across before the 10-second mark, and now Sansano, the freshman, will lead her offense through it, slowing it down, receiving the calls from Coach Patterson. Mulkey has it. Shot clock underneath 10. Down to 5, and an open look for Sansano. Can't hit it, but the tip out to Lacey. It was a well-drawn play that got Sansano the look she wanted. Now the Bulldogs will get a second opportunity. Mulkey loses handle of it for the second. And the shot clock down to 3, 2, and 1. The spin won't be enough. Shot clock violation forced by this Tiger defense.
And that's just the full court press of the Tiger defense. They've done that time and time and time again.
Lots of movement off the ball by the Tigers. King sets the screen for Shipley to open up her left side. It's ripped away, though, by Skirka. And if the Bulldogs can get it across and hold on to it, they could choose to have the final shot of this first quarter. They may not need to wait, though. Lacey in the corner, strong on the 3, but the board goes to Texas Lutheran. 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Lacey in trouble, gets it to Skirka. Her jumper strong as well. And the buzzer will sound to end the first quarter. 13 apiece, lucky number 13 for Trinity and TLU. It was all Bulldogs early, but a 7-0 run in the last 4:49 gives us all tied up at 13. We won't take a break on the broadcast, however, as you get a look at some of your highlights. Want to shout out what the women's basketball team is doing here tonight. A really nice cause on display in Calgary Gym. The Tiger women's basketball team and the Trinity Student Athlete Advisory Committee currently conducting their annual Change for the Better fundraiser this weekend. That means athletes from Morgan's Wonderland Sports Straps Junior Wheelchair Basketball Program are joining Trinity today. They were there for the introduction of the starting lineups. They're going to showcase their talents during halftime, and they are here in attendance cheering on the Tigers. Straps are South Texas regional adaptive and para sports. Mission is to organize, promote, administer, and conduct a variety of adaptive and para style sports for wounded service members, veterans, as well as other adults and youth. Straps athletes strive to become role models and mentors to others with disabilities as they promote character development through sports. What they're doing this weekend, donations very much accepted. They're being made this weekend and directly benefiting athletes through their program. So any amount that you're willing to give really helps support this very worthy cause. You can make donations in-game, or you can also visit the Trinity women's basketball social media pages to donate. Really cool to see them on hand today.
It is always cool to see like social programs like that, cooperation with local activities as well. It's just great to see not only teams doing that, but just like really anybody. So donations are very important, obviously, but it's just great to see them out here.
And it goes to show these student athletes doing so much for their community on and off the court. As the first possession for TLU goes awry. But I know we're all excited to see those athletes on the court at halftime. Will be super fun to get them in action. And they look thrilled to welcome the Trinity women's team as their lineups were introduced. Robbins in the spin cycle. It goes for number 11. Sansano taking her time. Bulldogs get it across even as they take a tumble there. Presley gets it right back from Skirka. Shipley gets in front of the pass. Saw Putnam for a moment. Now resets over to Napoli. Robbins takes the shot from 3, short off the front rim, and Skirka there for the board. Offensive foul away from the ball called against Sansano.
Foul number 5, Lauren Sansano, that's her first. Team foul number 1.
Unfortunate for the Bulldogs. They need to keep up with the Tigers. The Tigers are giving them chances, but the Bulldogs can't make anything of them.
Double screen set up here for Robbins. Goes the opposite direction of it. Now Shipley one-on-one on the smaller Sansano. Tigers trying to get it to her. Shot clock down to 10. Now Milton will take care of it herself. Can't get it to roll in though. And Shaw gets it to Lacey. And Presley tripped up.
Foul number 0, Josie Napoli.
Foul goes against 0, Josie Napoli.
Team foul number 1.
That's going to be Josie's second here early on in the day, so not quite in foul trouble yet, but definitely something to look out for later on.
Robbins on top of Lacey. Now Sansano has it. Presley fakes the 3. Now she'll take it. Front rim no good. Shipley clears the glass and takes it herself. Now backs it out to Robbins. This is starting unit, joined by Maggie Shipley here in the first few minutes of the second quarter. Just 2 points so far in this second frame. Robbins in the lane, kicks it to Shipley, who now drives, finds Putnam. Pump fake galore, Putnam off the glass and down.
Amazing Euro step action there by Putnam, just able to get around the defender and obviously just put it up, but amazing skill there by Putnam.
You can see the Bulldogs trying to be patient on offense, but they sense an opening there. The 3 off before the board for Shaw, and a foul drawn off the board.
Foul number 11, Maggie Robbins. That's her first. Team foul number 2.
So Rahi Jones and Angelina Sotelo check in for Texas Lutheran, who really held an explosive Colorado College offense down low in their point total. Just 48 points scored by the Tigers from Colorado Springs. That was their second lowest output, as yet another offensive board goes to TLU. Foul going to be drawn on the floater attempt. First we've seen of Sarahi Jones, the freshman from Los Fresnos, Texas.
Team foul number 3.
And another substitution on the way. Tanise Merrick, the junior from Spring Branch, Texas. But at the top of the broadcast, we mentioned how these Bulldogs hold their opponents down. Just 55.6 points allowed per game, best in the SCAC, and 85th best in the entire nation. And it was on full display in Seguin as they took down Colorado College. They trailed by 9 after the third quarter, and then they outscored Colorado College by 15 to pull off that win. A ton of energy on display in what they call the doghouse in Seguin. And the ball tipped here by Presley to the applause of the Bulldogs fans in attendance.
Yeah, and Trinity and TLU games are always fun because the house is always packed with both fans.
That's one thing that makes local rivalries like this so great, is because, you know, you'll have been playing games against each other, you know, for years. It isn't just like a recent rivalry. This is a rivalry that's been going on for a very, very long time just due to geographic proximity. You know, they have the same sort of recruiting areas. They have similar fan areas as well. So so anytime that you get a local game like this, it always means a little bit more.
Presley gets it across, all alone, sensing the mid-range would work. It won't, though, but it'll stay with Texas Lutheran. Sarahi Jones not waiting for her offense to get back, and it works out for the Black and Gold, who have scored 1 point in this second quarter, already 4 minutes past. Presley open in the corner, off the backboard. She gets her own miss, and Robbins flying on top of her will be called for the foul.
Foul number 11, Maggie Robbins, that is her second.
And you can see the intensity in this game. This game is going to be very chippy because of how defensive it is.
And Coach Hill saying this is a TLU team that really embraces their personality. They are strong, physical, and they play to that advantage. And we're seeing it on the offensive boards. Absolutely 7 cleaned up for TLU so far. First free throw good for Kayla Presley, the sophomore from Kyle, Texas. TLU taking advantage of the free throws here, but after that absolutely perfect 6-for-6 start, they have missed their last 15 shots. So they came into San Antonio with a lot of energy, and it has slowed down ever since.
It's always good to start a game with high energy, but keeping that energy through the first quarter, obviously through the rest of the game, it's almost an impossible task, but keeping it through the first quarter or the first half is a really difficult task that is a priority for a lot of teams. I'm sure that TLU went into this game wanting to do that, obviously wasn't able to match it, but we'll see what they do here in the second half of the second quarter.
Nice find to Hale, off the glass and in. Beautiful two-woman game between Napoli and Claire Hale. Sotelo dealing with Shipley now. Napoli strips it away from her. And here come the Tigers heading the other way. Shipley has Hale running with her. Missed her for a moment and now tipped away, and the Bulldogs have a transition opportunity. Can Sotelo gather it? Yes, she can. Tables really turning on that last possession. TLU getting the steal and the easy 2 to stay within 3. Credit both sides dealing with runs by their respective opponents, not getting behind by much. Shipley can't get that to go behind her, and now a jump ball going to be the call. Ball will belong to Texas Lutheran, and it'll take us to a media timeout. Texas Lutheran 19, Trinity 19. A close one, just as we all expected, Reed.
Yeah, and it's always awesome to see a showdown between San Antonio and Seguin. So close, so intense of a rivalry, and you're seeing it on full display here. It is important to note that TLU, they're in the bonus now, so the Tigers have to be a bit more careful of where they foul.
Yeah, they will head to the line the remainder of this second quarter, 4:46 to go, as you get a closer look at the Tiger huddle. Trinity 22-1, trying to wrap up the #1 seed in the SCAC tournament. Meanwhile, Texas Lutheran firmly in that tournament as well, 13-9, 9-5 in conference play. So we got to get used to Texas Lutheran and Trinity because we're going to see them right here next week as Trinity hosts both the men's and women's tournaments. Talking about it before the game with TLU head coach Troy Patterson in his second season as head coach. He's really looking forward to next week as well. The reigning SCAC Coach of the Year as he led TLU to a second-place finish last year and a program-best 13 wins in conference play. It's been a pleasure to bring you SCAC basketball all season long, and we will continue to do so as the Bulldogs exit their timeout with the ball off the jump ball. And Mulkey has possession of it here, setting up the offense in this tie ball game. Presley now surveying everything. Back to Mulkey, over to Jones. You can see the Bulldogs want to get it down low. Merrick is in the paint, turns around, spots up, off to the right, but guess what? Another offensive board, but it's still not going to go as Daviana Jones had the good look and couldn't quite finish it. Those are the types of looks you can't waste if you're TLU.
Yeah, absolutely not. Against such an explosive Tiger offense, you got to score as many points as possible because who knows? By the end of this quarter, Trinity could have scored 20 points.
We saw it just last weekend against Austin and Dallas. Close your eyes for a moment, and a 100-point differential between those two games as the Tigers just a total onslaught on the Kangaroos and Crusaders. A little slower here so far on offense. Anderson has it swatted away. She takes a tumble, and the whistle going against Texas Lutheran, it looks like. Number 21, Sarahi Jones. That'll be her second personal foul, team foul number 4. After the foul, Jones takes a seat. And it'll be the first we've seen of Courtney Hesseltine, another freshman on this young Bulldog squad. Putnam's pass intercepted, and here's a 3-on-1. Pulls up with the floater way off to the left. Mulkey tried to do it all herself. Now a steal gets Texas Lutheran right back at it. And a push from behind going to be called against Trinity. Josie Napoli will draw her 3rd foul of the game. So Caleb, you mentioned it earlier to keep an eye on those fouls, and that is number 3 against Josie Napoli.
And I mean, that's the biggest issue whenever, you know, as a coach, you've got to worry about fouls because, like, it doesn't matter if you've got the best players of all. If they can't stay in for the whole game because of foul issues, then you can't really have them. So I think that's one thing that Trinity has really done very well so far this year is just whenever the big names have to go out, there's a whole lot of players on the bench that are able to continue the production.
And right now, continuing the production on the offensive glass are the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. They missed the second free throw, but get it back. 2 points for them, and now Presley, if she can hang on to it, will get TLU yet another possession. They've put up 4 more shots than Trinity so far, solely because of these offensive boards. Already 9 accounted for the black and gold. Presley thinks about the 3 for a moment, now doubled, gets the pass into the paint. The floater not going to be good, but there we go again. An offensive board by Tanise Merrig. And these Bulldogs taking full advantage. Long pass, corralled. And then Hale steps in front, has open floor ahead of her. Sealing the deal is Claire Hale, ending a 3-minute scoring drought for Trinity.
Claire Hale, of course, one of those seniors that we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, second to last game before senior day, so it's always good to show out at home, but it probably means a little bit more coming towards the tail end.
Too much on it for Merrig. Anderson has Merrick in front of her. Looking for options, finds Sky O'Rourke. Lots of room to work as she turns the corner well and puts it down for two. Sky O'Rourke, the first year from Austin, Texas, getting two. Right now you have two first years on the floor. You've got a transfer and a pair of seniors showing the different mixes Cam Hill can go to. Here's the first year. Anderson turns her back to Nelson. The three on the way off the side of the rim, but Anderson gets the board. Hanukkah signs the nimble move past Merrick. Her shot off to the right. Hale saves it and gets it off the Bulldogs to keep it with Trinity. Heads up play there by Claire Hale.
Yeah, great awareness by Hale. Just showing off her basketball IQ.
Cinsano back in for Kayla Presley. Coach Patterson arranging things as Hesseltine also checks out. Claire Hale creeping in to receive the pass, but it goes off the tip and to TLU. Cinsano, a jab step, in trouble, finds the post up, and they travel before she can get the shot off by Brianna Wilson.
That was a great opportunity for the Bulldogs. That foul there.
We've seen Wilson try to post up, really claim her space. She has not been able to thus far. Cross-court pass to Anderson. Goes right around the bigger defender. And now the battle for the rebound will result in a jump ball that stays with Trinity this time. 41.9 to go. Trinity up one over TLU.
Timeout, Trinity, 30-second timeout.
With some valuable possessions on the way, a timeout called by head coach Cameron Hill. This is the type of game, when you look on paper, that TLU wants to cause. Low-scoring, tumble down low, using their power game to stay right with Trinity so far this half.
Yeah, they want to set the pace. They want to slow the Tigers down. And right now, they're on pace to be below their points allowed per game. And if you're Trinity, you have to find a way to break through this iron defense that TLU has set up.
Those two words that you said, slow down, is the most important thing, because this is an incredibly fast Trinity team. They can score 10, 15, 20 points, sometimes in just a couple of minutes. So, as you said, slowing them down, keeping them limited is a very important thing that Coach Patterson and these Bulldogs have attempted and have so far managed to do.
Hale gathers the pass. Jump shot no good from the lane, but Anderson, gets the board, and here is Signs coming in from the corner. Tries to drop it off to Hale and can't quite get it there. Lots of pressure from behind. Ball will stay with TLU. 20.1 to go. With the Tigers up by one at home. Morado checks it in to Daviana Jones. Now right back to the inbounder. As Coach Patterson tells her, slow it down, utilize the screen coming up. Now it'll be Kaylee Mulkey. The New Braunfels Unicorn has 5 seconds to work with, goes right, jumper, way off the glass. She thought she had some contact, official says no, and that'll be all for the first half from San Antonio. Trinity 23, TLU 22. A rapid start for Texas Lutheran, saw them a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor, but ever since then 2 for 22. But on the other end, Trinity shooting just 35% from the floor, allowing 9 offensive rebounds for Texas Lutheran, keeping them right in this game as we head to the locker room.
Yeah, and this game, it's low scoring so far. Trinity needs to find a way to start putting up more points more rapidly, because I think they know that TLU may not be able to keep up with them if they start doing that.
Brian, you mentioned something very important, which is the shooting percentage numbers. Only, you said like percentage in the 30s. It isn't that Trinity hasn't had chances during this game. They have had chances. They just haven't been able to capitalize. So you know, heading into the locker room, they've just got to focus on, you know, maybe calming down, not shooting so long, and just kind of focus on hitting the shots that they are able to take.
It'll be fun, it always is, to see how the teams make their adjustments at the half. We'll step away for what's 14 minutes now, but you'll get a treat on your screen. The Straps Junior Wheelchair Basketball Program, after they joined during starting lineups, will showcase their skills during the half. We'll be right back with you on Tiger Network after this break.
out. One minute left. 1 minute left. Yeah! Oh, we're on the final part here. Thirty seconds, 30 seconds. Yeah! Outstanding! Woo! Yeah! Come on, come on, come on! Woo! And I believe that's the game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan's Wonderland Sports Drops Junior Wheelchair Basketball Program. Great job. Great job. Thanks, guys. Be sure to donate. They directly benefit these athletes and their programs. Any amount helps support their very worthy cause. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Come back and see us again. All right. All right. Salute to the Tigers. There we go. Great job. All right, here come the Tigers. Second half of play.
I'm San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.
Starting the second half.
Welcome back to Tiger Network. Trinity 23, Texas Lutheran 22. A defensive battle in that first half. We'll see if it continues. As Coach Hill, Coach Patterson talking to their squads for 15 minutes. And we are back in Calgar Gym. Sansano, the ball over to Mulkey. TLU's leading scorer, scoreless so far. We'll see if she gets going here in the second frame. Sansano currently with the ball, swings it over to the leading scorer, and thought we might jinx it right there with her first bucket. Instead, an offensive rebound gathered by Skirka, and she'll head to the line for two. So same story in just one possession. The offensive rebound's a big key for Texas Lutheran.
That foul's going to be on Claire Hale. Trying to see, that looks like it's going to be her third, if I'm not mistaken.
You are right on that. Third foul on Claire Hale. Skirka, the graduate student from New Braunfels High School, but not a unicorn. Don't confuse New Braunfels with Steele High School, which is where she went, the Knights. So many familiar names on the high school list for these two rosters since they are nearby us in the 2-1-0. Skirka puts TLU up one with those free throws. And we'll see what the Tigers respond. That is Milton down low. Easy bucket thanks to the perfect delivery from Maggie Robbins.
Ashlyn getting her first points today. She's been kind of going through a little bit of a quiet spell recently, kind of off and on. Glad to see her kind of getting back into the points column a little bit here. Has had a couple of games where she hasn't done too much in terms of scoring.
Robbins defending Sansano, her floater over the rim. Putnam clears it and gets it right back from Robbins as they cross half court together. They continue to play hot potato, and now it is Robbins taking it straight into the oven. 4-2, Robbins can deliver and she can score whatever is needed for number 11.
Yeah, Robbins just so talented. And to play off your analogy, sometimes you just got to let her cook.
She has been cooking all year long. The head chef, if you want to call it that, as the point guard, really running the show. Whether it's defensively or offensively. Right now, playing defense. Has Shipley and Putnam helping her, guarding the ball, and Sansano has taken a couple of shots herself. They are not dropping, though, for the freshman from San Antonio. Tigers headed the other way. Milton feeling good after the first bucket. Make it two! Ashlyn Milton, just 9 points in her last 3 games, to your point, Caleb, and now 4 in a hurry, able to make it 5 if she can hit this free throw.
We heard that TLU crowd earlier on in the first half, but now after that bucket, and also like throughout this entire half, we've really heard the Trinity crowd starting to get into it. So student section doing their job.
Milton's free throw too strong, but Robbins there for the rebound. Napoli over to Putnam, top of the key, fakes it. Now Napoli gets it right back to number 12. Robbins has it on the opposite side. Napoli from deep, short, and it bounces into the hands of Mulkey. Poked from behind and then grabbed by Milton, who takes a big-time fall. Gets right back up, though. Mulkey does as well. And you can see both teams laying it all out on the court tonight.
Mulkey was the one with the foul there, and she's also like, or if I remember correctly, she's also the team's leading scorer as well for this season. So a big contributor there from the sophomore guard.
Similar to Milton, though, Mulkey having a little bit of a dry spell in the last few games for TLU, specifically against Colorado. Even in that win, she went scoreless against the Tigers. Her team able to win despite that. Here, Robbins will draw the blocking foul as Tapia tried to get in front of her, but that is a dangerous mission for anyone to do.
Yeah, Robbins is just so good with the ball in her hands. She has a triple-double for a reason. You don't just get handed a triple-double.
First free throw, good for Maggie Robbins, who with that triple-double became just the third Tiger ever. Think about that for a second. Just 3 Trinity Tigers to ever record a triple-double. But Maggie Robbins is just that special. She knocks down both of her free throws, and it is an 8-0 run for Trinity coming out of the half strong, as they so often do. And another turnover forced. Daviana Jones will take a deep breath along the side. And now she'll get more of a breather. A timeout called by Texas Lutheran as Trinity out in front by 7 with 2 minutes and change gone by in this third quarter. Cam Hill making those changes, and they are working thus far.
Yeah, this is what you want to see if you're the Tigers. Get off to a hot start, because by the stats, Trinity is going to be the better offense than TLU here. And if they keep playing to their outs, they're going to eventually outpace TLU. TLU needs to find a way to stop this Tiger offense that's caught fire.
And I mean, that's a really big trend of Trinity, kind of starting out slow a little bit in the first half and then really putting on the gas in the third and fourth quarters. That's been kind of their identity, not just this season, but also last season as well. So that's going to be something that TLU really has to be aware of and adapt to as well.
Absolutely, and it's something that Coach Hill has talked about in the past. What really happens in the locker room that results in those changes? And he says it's an attitude that the team holds. He and assistant coach Kelly Simmons leading the team, they love dissecting the opponent. They love analyzing what they did in the first half and seeing, okay, what can we do to make it better? And they collectively decide as a group what's going to be the step forward. And we continue to see it here tonight. It leads to an 8-0 scoring run. And it forces a TLU timeout. We'll see if Coach Patterson can make some adjustments himself. Trinity threatening to repeat the effort they showed in Seguin just about a month ago. They won 76-65 down I-10. Milton's floater short. The official says it'll go to TLU. Full court press has time to set up. Here's Napoli on defense. 5 Tigers in the backcourt. And there's Milton with the interception, working to perfection. Robbins spinning, dropping it off. Napoli charges in from the corner. Her pass taken away, but a foul called to stop play for the moment. It'll be Tapia of TLU who gets called for that foul. Official allows one more substitution. Sotelo going to the bench in favor of Sansano. Shipley looking for her first points of the evening. Not going to get them there. Ball dribbles into the hands of Napoli, though, and then Putnam, floaty, won't drop. Turnover caused by the tenacity of Maggie Robbins. She didn't even have to put her hands up, and she forces the takeaway. Excellent side-to-side movement by number 11 gets Trinity the ball right back. That's now 18 TLU turnovers. Shipley first goes right, now left, and she's fouled in the process. Wilson has done a nice job defensively on her all night, but here draws the whistle.
And you can really see the effects of the pace that Trinity has set on this Bulldog defense. Trinity already in the bonus.
First free throw in the bonus rattles home for Maggie Shipley, who gets on the board. She has been on a roll herself. 18 points against Austin College. Gets a pair there. And even in that loss to Colorado College in the Rocky Mountain State, had a season-high 23 points. So while the team fell short, she continues to find her stride. Robbins this time will be called for the foul as she tried more of that horizontal movement.
Reed, you mentioned Trinity already being in the bonus with 6:06 remaining here in the quarter. That's going to be a really big advantage because, as we've already seen, this is a pretty chippy game between these two sides, which fouls are only going to result from that, and so that can really allow Trinity to kind of keep on getting basically free chances at points.
Tapia knocked down the jumper. Milton tries to respond. It won't go down for her, though. TLU down 7 in this third quarter. Sansano rolls out, had everything but the bottom, saved by TLU. Sansano will try it again. This time it falls for number 5. That's 4 points for Sansano. What a career-high 6 rebounds to go, along with 13 very important points against Colorado. She hit the game winner with just over 30 seconds to go. Milton spots up from 3, strong. Rebound goes to Sansano. Now a tie-up and a foul going to be called on Milton. She tried to prevent the full court heave. She definitely did that, but it'll be a foul against Trinity. Get a good look at it there. A tough shot to the face of Sansano.
Also in, and a sign.
Sansano, someone who looks very confident, especially for a freshman. Takes full control of her offense here, swings it to Presley. You've got Daviana Jones trying to post up. Wilson looking for her, gets it in there and knocked away by Signs. Good defense down low. Swung all the way to Sansano in the corner, and that's drained.
And this TLU team slowly clawing their way back.
Nelson has tight defense on her. The pass goes awry, and a turnover forced by TLU before a timeout on the floor. A quick 7-0 run in the last couple of minutes gets the TLU faithful on their feet as they trail by just 2 with 4:22 to go in San Antonio.
One big aspect of that 7-0 run has been Trinity missing their last 6, so the same sort of issues that we saw in the first half with Trinity taking shots but not being able to have them drop are kind of appearing here again in the third.
Yeah, swingy game. And you mentioned Trinity missing the last 6. They haven't even attempted a shot in the last 3.5 minutes. It's been so incredibly defensive again, and TLU is effectively stopping this Trinity offense once again, and they're going to need to continue to do that if they want to stay in this game.
It very much is strength against strength. We've highlighted TLU allowing just over 55 points a game, leading the conference. They're going up against a Trinity offense, though, that puts up nearly 87 points a game. Not only the best in the conference, but the 4th best in the entire country. But right now, that offense that averages 87 at 33, nearly halfway through the third quarter. So Coach Patterson has to be happy with the defensive effort from his squad. And they have the ball coming out of this timeout. Tapia checks it into Sansano. We already said looks confident, and those last 2 made field goals will only help to open, and a block by Putnam. It'll go to Trinity. Tremendous catch up there by Addie Putnam to stop what looked to be an easy 2 for TLU.
Nothing comes easy against this Trinity team. You've got to fight for everything, and these players do not let anything come easy.
Putnam high over her head, swings it to Nelson, drains it from 3. Emily Nelson, the sharpshooter, does it again to break that cold spell for Trinity and put them back up 5. Here's Jones down to Wilson. She can't control it. Signs takes it away. Nice hesitation by Signs. Shipley goes left. Now in trouble as she loses the dribble. Tapia on top of her. Napoli to Signs, spots up from 3. Another good one for Annika Signs. Signs, the transfer from UT Rio Grande Valley. As we get a whistle here at half court, a tumble. Will be a foul called on number 3, Emily Nelson. Annika Signs tying her Trinity high with 10 points against Dallas last weekend. And if she gets it going from deep, yet another weapon for Coach Hill to use off the bench.
A bit of a stoppage here as they try and figure out their personnel and where this ball is going to be put.
Putnam staying with Sansano. Wilson going against Shipley. Shipley knocks it away. Active hands always for the Trinity Tigers. Signs gets the pass out to Shipley. Now Napoli thought about it. Instead drives, finds Emily Nelson in the corner. Too strong, but the board goes to Trinity.
Signs gets back up. Got hit pretty hard there trying to get that rebound.
Little hip check action there as Shipley drove left. They'll go out to the baseline and stay with the maroon and white.
Wilson coming off and Merrick coming on.
Kaylee Lacey also checking in for Texas Lutheran. She'll guard the ball here on the inbound. Shipley stops on a dime underneath Merrick. Merrick not fooled at all. Bulldogs have to get it across in 1, and they do. It is Presley in the paint, finds some room, and gets it to go.
And those points, very important in a defensive game like this. The Tigers up by 6. They might not seem like a lot, but in a defensive game like this one, might as well be 60.
Too strong again on the 3. This time it was from Maggie Shipley. Trinity 4 for 19 from deep. Air-mailed pass intended for Presley has Shipley in full steam mode. That is where she's so dangerous, but the Bulldogs stop her now. Merrick gets it to Jones, one-on-one with Napoli. She completes it. Never a given, even when you're one-on-one, but that was a nice job by the freshman to pull TLU within 4. Shipley will try it again from 3. Short off the front rim. Long rebound goes to Trinity as Nelson keeps her feet in the front court, and there's Shipley underneath the bucket for a pair. Failure leading to success there as Maggie Shipley awaited her chance down low. And credit Nelson for keeping the ball alive as once again TLU flirts with a 10-second violation, and this time too close for comfort. A turnover as Trinity's defense ramping up at the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's something that Trinity does so well, is just keeping their opponents back behind that mid-court line and then forcing them into mistakes. It's allowed them to get turnovers off of bad passes, allows them to get turnovers off of steals, and now it allows them to get turnovers off the clock. So it's just something that they have prioritized this season and done very well, as that's going to be a steal by Sansano.
And a great Euro step by her puts it down for 2. Defense leading to offense for Texas Lutheran. Can Milton respond? Her 3 short. Board goes to Nelson, and she'll draw the trip to the charity stripe. Trinity now up to double digits in the offensive rebound category, right alongside Texas Lutheran. And in this quarter, it's really been Emily Nelson doing a little bit of everything, hitting a 3, keeping the ball alive at center court, and now an offensive rebound with 2 free throws, the first of which is good. One of 6 seniors being honored this weekend. Knocks down both her free throws. Mulkey back in there for TLU. 33.7 seconds left in this third quarter. Trinity up by 6. Sticking with their full court press. This time TLU gets the bounce pass and a neat finish. Sydney Shaw tried to get back defensively. Was helping Merrick, who will be called for the foul. And Ashlyn Milton at the free throw line. First free throw good for number 30, the senior from Amarillo, Texas. No one has hit more three-pointers than Ashlyn Milton in Trinity history. Knocks down 2 free throws to expand the lead back to 6. We'll see if TLU holds on for the final shot this quarter. Sansano not looking to be patient. Gets it down to number 25, still not in the point column. It has been an off night for the sophomore, and now Trinity one last heave. Can Signs get it up? It looked like she did, and it's good!
She gets it!
A buzzer beater off the glass for Annika Signs.
Just incredible.
Looks like they are going to go to the monitor to review this, but it looked good from our angle.
Absolutely looked like it was out. There you have it.
Yep, there we go.
It will be Trinity's ball. The officials make the decision.
And who knows? At the end of the game, we may look at that shot right there and say that was the difference.
Looking at the mechanics of that, just the release, able to pick it up off the ground, stand up, find the basket, and then hit that shot in, what was that, like 0.6 seconds? Like, that was incredible. Incredible composure there from Monica, who's only a sophomore. So hopefully going to be seeing a bit of that over the next couple of years at least.
Coming up next after the women's game, the men's game.
Officials still looking at this basket. As both teams in the huddle. Trinity, though, done with their conversation. As the third quarter comes to an end, if it is good, it'll be a 9-point lead for Trinity, 48-39. Currently, the scoreboard shows a 6-point lead. But Annika Signs showing up today. That would be her third three-pointer made. We'll see what the official word is. They're letting the scorers table know right now.
From our view, it looked good, but they might be looking at some other
such a critical
angles here.
game. Those 3 points can mean a whole lot.
It extended the gap from 3 points to 6, so yeah, it.
And the field goal is good, says the official. What a finish and what a momentum boost for the Trinity Tigers. As Annika Signs, someone who had 0 points the last time these two teams faced off in Seguin, now showing up with 9 off the bench. It goes to show that on any given night, any Trinity Tiger can step up as the hero.
Josie Napoli takes it out for the Tigers. Here we go.
That review took up the entirety of the third quarter break. It is in the fourth quarter now from San Antonio. Trinity up by 9. And going back to their starters, looking to put things away. Putnam receives the pass from Robbins over to Milton. It is Robbins with her back to the basket. Flings it to Napoli. Hale has room to work with. Can't bring it home. TLU headed the other direction now. Kaylee Mulkey 0 for 6 from the floor. Not a single point to her name. Lacey also quiet since that first quarter. It has been mostly Sansano offensively. Here she goes to Merrick, 2 defenders, and gets it anyway. Denise Merrick, the junior from Spring Branch, Texas, will get the and one opportunity. And if you've tuned into Tiger Network since the fall, you might remember Denise Merrick from the volleyball team for Texas Lutheran. She was on the all-tournament team for a historic Texas Lutheran volleyball team, winning the SCAC championship for the very first time. And Merrick had 36 kills in 3 games to bring home that title. And she shows she can do a little bit of everything. Gets 3 with the and one as she gets some claps from her bench and high fives as well. Lead back down to 6-4 Trinity. TLU not going anywhere. Robbins quickly across, working with Napoli. Putnam gets it to the point guard who shoots and rattles it home.
3-pointer. 2-pointer, Maggie Robbins.
And with that, the first Tiger has hit double digits in points. Maggie Robbins. Who else could it be?
Jump ball, it is black ball.
Jump ball on the way here. It'll stay with Texas Lutheran. It is something that she has done with more frequency, Reed. Now her 11th double-digit game. Double-digit game. So used to double-doubles with her. 11th double-digit scoring game for Maggie Robbins. And she has shown total confidence taking the ball herself. Her first 2 years as a Tiger showing such willingness to share the ball, and she still does, leading the team in assists, but making offenses and defenses everywhere think about her in every facet of the game. There's a foul here called on Ashlyn Milton. TLU will keep possession of it.
Talking about Maggie and her assists, whenever I got to talk with her earlier on in the year and mentioned all the assists, one thing that really stood out to me, she said that really she wouldn't have those assists without her teammates. So even though she does have the honor, she still wants to make sure to recognize her teammates able to put up the shots that she's able to give them.
As selfless as you get when you have Maggie Robbins. Great story shared there. Thank you, Caleb. Trinity looking to expand the lead. It's 8 right now. Elaine King looking to get it into double digits, and she does. Elaine King says welcome to the game and the point column. Another first year making an impact for Cam Hill. Biggest lead of the evening, 52-42 with 7.5 to go. Look at the defense by Robbins. It leads to a foul. But before that, not giving an inch to Mulkey, and you can see why she frustrates opponents every night.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if Robbins comes off here soon. That's her 4th foul.
Right on cue. Robbins looks at Shipley coming in, says, is that for me? Yes, it is. 4 personal fouls on Maggie Robbins. Sansano thought about it for a moment, instead drops it down to Mulkey. Under 10 for TLU, they'll have to go soon. Screen coming from Lacey. Mulkey doesn't see the clock, and it'll be a 24-second violation, 30-second violation. Used to that NBA ruling, but it's 30. Nonetheless, not enough for Texas Lutheran as their offense has slowed down in a major way. No points in more than 2 minutes now.
Both teams have kind of gone a little bit colder than what they're used to. Trinity a little bit less so.
Shipley takes it with 5 from the lane, short. Might have been tipped there by the TLU defender. Fans not happy with a no call. Thought she hit Shipley on the shoulder. Can TLU take advantage of the no call? It'll be Mulkey along the baseline, and a foul called on Elaine King.
Foul number 22, Elaine King. That is her first.
Merrick set to return for Coach Patterson. Bulldogs currently have 6 on the court. Now they notice. It'll be Skirka taking a seat. Needing the help of the mop crew. Great job by all involved putting these games on in CalGuard Gym. Now we're back and ready to go. Cinsano finds Merrig. Too much room to work with if you're the Trinity defense. She'll take care of it easily. And the lead back down to single digits with 6:20 to go.
That ended a scoring drought that lasted just a second shy of 2:45. So a very, very good job there by TLU, able to finally get some points up on the board as that shot by Napoli almost went in.
Lacey out to Cinsano. Now right back to number 35. King daring her to shoot. Merrig, the go-to right now, doubled up, looking for help, takes it herself and drains it. Tanise Merrig showing up in this fourth quarter. That is 7 points now for the volleyball and basketball star. TLU now called for the foul along the sideline.
Lacey picks up her second.
Because of her membership on the volleyball team, Merrig did miss the first few games for Texas Lutheran on the basketball side. But she is starting to pick it up. She had a season-high 9 points in that win against Colorado, and she's got 7 already. But Josie Napoli says not so fast, gets to herself, and pushes the lead back up to 8 halfway through this fourth quarter. It's been a good one from the start. Shaw, the screen, popped off of it, but Cinsano doing it herself, now loses the dribble. Gets it to her teammate Mulkey. Merrig sets it at the free throw line, and the shot just continues to be nowhere close for Kaylee Mulkey. She puts a hand to her forehead in frustration as her team down 8. That's what these Tigers will do to opponents. Final media timeout of the day, 4:53 to go with Trinity up 8. And it just never disappoints, does it? The action on Tiger Network from the minute we go on air to the minute we close. And these two teams not disappointing on this Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, Friday night basketball, can't ask for much more. It's the best show in town for a reason. And these two teams have not disappointed. You know, SCAC matchup, 1 seed versus 4 seed, at least at the current moment. Not sure what Colorado and Schreiner are doing right now in terms of their game. But, you know, yeah, these are two teams that are, you know, they are in the top half of the SCAC for a reason. These are two great teams and really couldn't ask for much more for an end-of-season showdown.
Yep, and speaking of those other teams, 2 other games going on right now around the conference. St. Thomas is down big against Colorado College at the end, nearly the end of the fourth quarter, 40-72. And in Kerrville, the Southwestern Pirates down 44-65 against the Schreiner Mountaineers.
Some very interesting results around the conference that would mean Southwestern has a win or go home game tomorrow. That'll be right here in CalGuard Gym. We'll have it on Tiger Network for you. Meanwhile, that result also tells us Trinity needs to hang on to that number 1 seed. Nelson looked for the 3, now backs it out. As the offense sets into motion, you see Milton calling directions from the opposite side of the court. Shipley over to Putnam. King is posting up and the ball gets away. Don't think it was tipped. No, it was not, so it'll go to Texas Lutheran.
Another uncharacteristic mistake there. Haven't seen too many of those since the first half. Been a really surprising game. Lots of errant passes, a lot of missed shots, but that's mainly been due to the TLU defense. But a lot of passes have gone awry for Trinity. It's been kind of surprising to see.
Patience shown there by Daviana Jones to not go too early. Off the glass to help herself, and the lead down to 6-4 Trinity. As every time it seems like the Tigers might run away with it, the black and gold right there, and they're right there for the interception. Looking like a football game in this fourth quarter. Another tip pass. Sansano has all sorts of room. She connects with the 3. Cuts the lead in half. Texas Lutheran within 3 with less than 4 minutes to go.
Passing back and forth between Nelson and Shipley right there. Down low pass to King. We're going to go to the line for 2 there. Oh, wait, no, they're going to say it's down at the baseline.
Foul number 14, Whitney Shaw, her second. Team foul number 2, Maggie Robinson.
It'll be the second team foul as well as the second personal foul against Sydney Shaw. With 3:28 to go, Trinity clinging to that 3-point lead. Brings Maggie Robbins back in there, even with those 4 fouls. She's joined by Shipley, King, Milton, and Napoli. It is Shipley who gets the inbounds pass. Shipley analyzing her options. It is a merry-go-round with Maggie Robbins. Finds Napoli, fakes the 3, now cuts. It'll be Robbins top of the key. Just out on the 3 for her. Good looking action off the ball, resulting in that good look. But now Texas Lutheran, with 3 minutes left, could tie this game with a triple. Sansano has been feeling good, looks at a lane, gets it down for 2 from Daviana Jones. 2 freshmen making it look good on offense. The defense not quite as spectacular as they don't get back in time. Trinity takes full advantage, and it'll be Shipley with a pair of free throws, but Trinity up just 1 on their rival from Seguin.
And they're able to stay in this game because they've held Trinity to so few points. The least amount of points that Trinity has scored in a game was 64 in that loss to Colorado College. They've scored 54 today.
And with 2:48 remaining here in the fourth, it doesn't look like, or hopefully they'll be able to get over that. Obviously, don't have a crystal ball up here, but with the way that this game is going, it's highly likely that this could be the lowest scoring points total for Trinity so far this season.
First free throw too strong from Shipley. Either way here, it'll remain a 1-possession game. Texas Lutheran could tie or take the lead. That one does come home for Maggie Shipley. So the lead is 2 for Trinity. That full court press backing off a little bit here allows Sansano to comfortably take it across the timeline. It has been a stellar showing for the freshman. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Here she utilizes the screen, backs away from Shipley. Shot clock down to 10. Finds Skirka. Now Daviana Jones backing down, and it'll be a travel. 1 step too many for the freshman.
Maybe a sigh of relief for Robbins, who's on the floor, having 4 personal fouls. She can't afford another one.
Sansano reads that pass. Would-be pass, forces Robbins to reconsider, now gets it across the timeline. A flurry of activity, consigns, nail another, not quite. Board goes to Sansano.
Feels like Sansano is just everywhere this evening.
Loses the dribble there. Mulkey, drop down to Jones. It's all tied up. Timeout called by Troy Patterson as the Bulldog bench going ballistic. All tied up at 55 with 1:50 to go. The show continues to be put on in this Seguin-San Antonio showdown.
Yeah, it's like we said before, these local rivalries, They matter. It's been chippy, it's been defensive, it's been exciting. And we're coming down to the wire here. The game can't get much better than this.
Yeah, and I mean, TOU, you know, just looking at the stat sheet here, TOU founded 1891, Trinity, of course, as we all know, founded 1869. So this is a rivalry that, you know, just due to proximity has likely been going on for over 100 years. So these are two teams that have a very long history with each other, a very storied history with each other, and can't ask for much more than this, you know. Second to last game of the season. It's coming down to the last minute 50 here. Score tied. Perfect way to finish out this game.
Two schools that have been at different levels in NCAA, different conferences, so not always playing each other. Trinity has taken the last 8, but TLU looking to upset the Tigers inside CalGuard Gym. Shipley out of the timeout, taking the smaller Sansano and drawing the trip to the line. That is a matchup the Tigers will take all night long. The 6-foot Shipley going up against the 5'4 Sansano. It'll be 2 free throws for the senior from Arlington, Virginia. The transfer from Amherst, who has made a splash in the Alamo City, splashes that one home to put Trinity back on top. Someone who has dealt with so much adversity, a shoulder injury at the very beginning of the season that sidelined her for a few, but now back in action and gets 2 key free throws to put Trinity up with 1:37 to go. Annika Saenz checks out. And you've got 4 starters on the court for Trinity, joined by Shipley, who came off the bench to begin this game. Roles reverse a little bit there as Shipley will be called for the foul with Sansano dribbling it up the court. And with the Bulldogs in the bonus, Sansano takes a trip to the free throw line.
Maggie got hit on the nose there a little bit, kind of holding her face after that collision. Looks like she's mostly going to be okay. Just kind of stunned.
First free throw good for the freshman who was homeschooled here in San Antonio, but got to play with Feast Academy, the organization for homeschool students. And she is schooling the Tigers right now, 14 points to lead the Bulldogs and ties it right back up at 57. The energy palpable inside CalGuard Gym. Shipley comes around the top of the key, now backs it up. Looking for help, finds Robbins, switches direction, spins in the lane, drops it to Putnam, mid-range, good for Addie Putnam. The reigning SCAC Player of the Week coming through, putting Trinity up 2 with under a minute to go.
And here we go. That Trinity crowd is starting to get into it. You can hear the defense chants.
Skirka, the long mid-range short board goes offensively to TLU, and they put it back up for 2. What a time to get your first basket of the game. Mulkey on the offensive glass. And we are under 30 seconds to go, all tied up at 59. Robbins along the baseline, pass deflected, and TLU has control of it. Mulkey crosses the timeline, finds Sansano, and they'll slow it down. 10 seconds to go. Lacey turns around, ball is loose. Robbins chasing it down. Can she finish? Yes, she can!
3 seconds left. We're going to get a timeout here, looks like. TLU calls a timeout with 3.1 remaining after that incredible bucket by Maggie Robbins.
Maggie Robbins chasing it down all across the court. We'll get an excellent look at it here. Lacey's pass went away, and it was Maggie Robbins with 1 Bulldog to beat, 1 trailing her, and she banks it home. There are 3.1 seconds to go in San Antonio. TLU utilizing a timeout here.
You saw as soon as that ball left, I believe it was Malky's hands there. She just bent over. She knew that was too much. And that could genuinely be the game here if TLU cannot get a shot off and get a shot in.
The timeout takes it across the timeline, though. They'll have 3 seconds to tie or take the lead. What do they come up with? It is Sansano, has been key all game, gets it up, won't go, and that's a Trinity Tigers victory. 61-59, the Tigers escape in the Seguin San Antonio showdown. Lives up to its name as it always does. And the Tigers improve to 23-1. Stay unbeaten at home.
Yeah, a key win for the Tigers here. The Bulldogs, they gave it to the player who had been leading them all game, Sansano. And the Tiger defense, when they needed the most, showed up.
The calendar reading February, getting ready to read March. These are the types of games we are going to get. And the Tigers coming through in the clutch. Taking a look at the numbers, it was a balanced effort. No one overpowering offensively in this defensive battle, but Maggie Robbins leading the way, 11 points, and coming through with that final bucket in transition. Just continues what's been a phenomenal year for the junior from Plano, Texas.
You mentioned defense. It was a defensive showdown all day long. Trinity, despite the win, held to their lowest points total of the season at 61, but what an incredible fight by both teams. You know, you cannot really fault anything that either one did. This is one of those games where someone has to win, and it kind of hurts for the team that has to lose.
Definitely a tough pill to swallow for Coach Patterson's team, but we will see them a week from now in the SCAC tournament, safely in that postseason opportunity, and I'm sure his team will be itching to get back at this Trinity squad. For now, we get the fortune of having even more basketball on the way in just about 24 minutes. The men's teams will take the court, and we'll have that with you on Tiger Network as well. We'll take a quick break and let you think about that 61-59 buzzer beater of a game that Trinity pulled out. We'll see you in a little bit on Tiger Network.
I'm San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I am a Trinity University alum, and I want you to know about my passion for these two vibrant communities. My alma mater is now a nationally recognized liberal arts university, offering fully integrated arts, humanities, STEM, and professional programs. Grounded in the liberal arts, Trinity graduates students who think critically, act meaningfully, and contribute confidently throughout their careers. As for San Antonio, Trinity is an oasis in the heart of a city that serves as a cultural bridge to the Americas. We are a diverse community that values inclusion and welcomes intellectual curiosity and spirited debate. We're a city that challenges convention and welcomes new ideas. Great things are happening at Trinity University, in San Antonio, and through all our connections to our multicultural world. Join me in being part of this exciting moment.